In this video, we're going to show you how you can transport your bike easily, efficiently, and run you through all the various different options.
Yeah, whether you're traveling to a race, an event, or maybe just driving a bit further away from home to explore some new routes. Traveling with your bike doesn't have to be a hassle. And here are some of the do's and don'ts of carrying your bike on or in your car with ease.
And hopefully this video will help you make the right decision for you.
Let's get into it.
The roof rack, I think, probably the most versatile option you can go for. Leave it on your car, bike goes on, there you go. You can leave them on all year round, and they're very easy to use too. I love roof rack mounted options because they can literally fit to any car. Even if you don't have rails, my car doesn't here, you can find an option, adapters that will fit you, just do your research. It is a little bit of a minefield out there, but there's plenty of online calculators you can use to find the roof rack option that will fit your vehicle. Once you have the racks in place, they're great because you can mount a lot of different bike options to carry your bike there, or you can fit roof boxes or potentially other accessories for all the stuff that you may carry. I think one of the main positives to an option like this is it's relatively secure if you're leaving your car for a moment, going into a service station, going into a cafe, and you want to be sure your bike's going to be there when you come back. Although I would advise locking the frame to the roof rack as well as the locking options that come with the rack you buy. Downside, I'd say you're going to use more fuel when you're driving, especially on motorways. Not as aerodynamic having the bike up there on the roof. Plus, you really have to pay attention for clearance. So you're going to be limited when it comes to low car parks, any sort of barriers when you're coming into outdoor car parks like this. Keep it in your head, you've got a bike on the car, you don't want to drive into any barriers, I've done it before. What I like to do is make sure these straps, front and rear, kept open so the bike slots straight in, and then you just focus on getting this bit secure. Then you can sort out the rest of it. Be careful as well not to over tighten because you can crush your frame depending on the rack you're using. You might want to use a towel or an accessory here just to make sure that that is securely fastened without any crushing happening. Lock it in place and then secure the front wheels, ready to drive off.
The boot or trunk loaded rack is the choice of many if you're on a budget or you're using your rack periodically, meaning you can take it on and off the car pretty easily and it can hold quite a few bikes. Let me tell you a little bit more details. There are a few positives to this style of rack. One, as I said before, it's good on the price point. Two, they're light, so you're easy to take on and off the car. So if you use it periodically, then it's easily to store, and then you can add it to majority of cars that are trunk loaded. The other good point is there's no height restrictions because it's on the back of the car, and especially when you're looking at efficiency and fuel economy, then this is quite a good option instead of the roof rack like Connor's got. The other thing is that if you're depending on what rack you get, depends on how many bikes you can fit on it. I've got one bike on here, but I can actually put 3 bikes on this rack, and if you're small or short, I'm 5'10", then it's quite easy to load the bike on and off. There is a few negatives though. One is that it's not totally secure compared to the other style of rack, so it's worth getting yourself a wire or something so you can then attach it to the rack, which makes it a little bit more secure. And the other is weight limitations. If you do have some heavy bikes like e-bikes, it can put a lot of strain, a lot of weight on the boot lid, especially if you're trying to open it and close it. So, worth thinking about.
Next up, we have the suction-mounted rack. Now, these are super versatile. They will fit on pretty much any car, whether you have a roof rack or not, and pretty much on any single surface. Now, you could put it on the roof, you could put it on the side of the car if you had a flat edge. You can do whatever, and they are so quick and easy to take on and off. And so all you have to do is put the cups on, suck them all away, and you're good to go. Now, they are super light and compactable, so you can pop them in your boot and just whip them out when you need to, and they take 2 minutes to get on. It's also great if you're maybe swapping between 2 cars. Just whip them on and off whatever car you want to use. You can put them on a supercar. They're also good if you have a van, so you can put them on the back of the van and the bike kind of sits upright like that. You just have to whip your wheel and put it in the boot. These are a lot stronger than you think. Your bike is not going anywhere with these on. And if you're maybe traveling abroad and you're hiring a car, you can whip these in your suitcase, then whip them on the hire car. Now, you probably want to hear if there's any downsides to the suction cups. Well, first of all, you obviously have to take your front wheel off. That can be a little bit fiddly, and you have to balance your bike and screw everything in, and you have to have enough room in your boot to put your front wheel. So if you are limited on space, that could be a problem. And another thing is, your bike isn't actually locked anywhere, neither is the rack. So someone could come along, unsuck the suckers, and take your bike at the same time, which isn't ideal. And lastly, if you do have the option of having a humongous car where you can put the seats down, you can pop your bike in there, wheels on everything, shut the boot, and you're good to go. So there you have it. Those are a few different options for transporting your bike in your car.
Yeah, hit that thumbs up button if you think it's helped, and let us know in the comment section below which one you go for.
Yeah, remember, if I can carry my massive barn door of a bike on my car, you can too. Enjoy, folks.
See you later.